Hello. I wanted to come on here and tell a little bit more about my story and my spiritual path. It's kind of funny now to look back at it, but at the time it was not. So as I was, many years ago, as I was really doing a lot of self-work in my healing journey and my spiritual path, which, I think there's constant work. If we're here incarnate in this earth plane, there is lots to learn. So it's not like, you just heal and it's over. No, I think it's a constant healing. There's constant lessons to learn from life and glean from life. However, so I was doing a lot of work, and I was, kind of burning the candle at both ends. I will be honest. I will admit. I was staying up really late and getting up really, still pretty early, and just kind of just running myself through, which was crazy because on the spiritual path, those of us that actually are doing the work to, spiritually evolve, it is actually very exhausting, because we do, especially if we're not only just living that and making that, monetizing that and making that some kind of a livelihood for us to earn income and help pay bills and things like that. So if we do a regular job or a regular career that's, in a not related to our spirituality, we, do all of that. And then when we go to sleep at night, we're not just sleeping. Those of us on the spiritual evolution path, we aren't sleeping. Yes, we do get some sleep, but we also astral travel a lot. We actually learn and download a lot of stuff. So we're basically in our sleep still working. So it can be very exhausting. But the funny part of my story, though, is that eventually you get to a point where you kind of have what I call lucid dreaming. So you're kind of asleep, but you're kind of dreaming, and you're kind of aware of the astral traveling and the things that you're doing. That's not necessarily, it's in between waking and sleeping, and but you're aware of the stuff. And so at one point, I had months upon months of astral or lucid dreaming, basically, and astral traveling and all of that. And I was getting so exhausted, physically exhausted, but I didn't realize how exhausted I was getting. And I was driving. I used to drive Lawrenceville to Inman Park for work for many years. And I was driving on 85 in Atlanta. And all of a sudden, my right foot, which of course is the foot, that we use the most when we're driving, really, that is our foot. That's the primary foot for driving. So anyway, my right foot, as I'm driving on 85, on a stop and go, rush hour traffic, my foot Charlie horsed. And I'm talking, it was like it was wanting to bend, like, and I was like, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, I have to drive. This is not the time. And so yeah, I was like, at that point, it made me realize how exhausted I was from some of the lucid dreaming and everything that I had been doing for months on end at that point. And so I finally was like, I spoke to God and Source and the universe, and I said, hey, this is great, and I'm not saying I don't want to do this in this journey. I said, but you got to allow me to have some sleep, because my body shouldn't be doing this to me right now, and that's probably because of the lack of sleep. So please let me have a little bit of rest and recuperation, so that this kind of stuff isn't happening to me. But it's really funny. So yeah, not so funny in the moment, but thankfully I was safe. But yes, that was quite an experience. But I actually believe that I'm also very spiritually protected, because I've chosen to really take on the call and spiritually evolve myself and do the work. And so I feel like, even though that happened, I was safe and protected because of, the path that I've chosen for this life. And yeah, but it was pretty scary. I was definitely like, this is not the time, and trying to rub my foot and trying to flex it to make it come back to normal, since I needed it for brake and gas in the rush hour traffic in Atlanta. But spiritual journey is definitely, it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak and faint of heart. It is definitely a challenge, but it is worthwhile. It's just some of those things can be really crazy, especially if you're not just only submerging yourself in a complete life 24/7 of the spiritual journey, and you're actually doing things outside of that for like a job or a career or whatnot. But yeah, it was really interesting. So anyway, thank you so much for listening. I thought I'd share that little funny story of how my physical body was like, hey, enough is enough. We got to take a break on this for a second. All right, thanks. Bye.